if you really see an audience out there, I mean, in Shakespeare, that's a legitimate answer. In Shakespeare, you're talking to three people. You're talking to the invisible person who's not really there, right? Like, I am talking about you, Othello, even though you're not here. You're talking to
the audience,
the stars, the heavens, God, whatever that thing is. Or, yeah, you're talking directly to the audience. Musical theater, we totally do that sometimes, right? So that's a risky thing. If you walk into the room and you're like, I'm talking to the audience, you have to back it up. You have to know like how to back it up. But I think that's the right answer. In ways, like maybe parts of it are directed to like the invisible Prince Charming, right? That we haven't met yet. You could try that. I don't know if it makes as much sense to you. Like, I don't know if it'll be helpful or not. But I think we do need to answer that because someone's going to ask you and then you're going to be like, I don't know. And then I won't have done my job. Does it make sense that maybe you'd be talking to Prince Charming? That you'd be talking to this like invisible idea or the idea in your head?
Yeah.
So let's place him out here. Let's like put him out here. Like maybe it's a whole room of Prince Charmings. Maybe your audience is an audience of all of the imaginary Prince Charmings from all of the books that you've read. Yeah, let's try that. It might make sense, it might not. It might not be helpful to you. But actually, I think that maybe could be. It's like, and you're talking to all of them. You're like talking to this idea of them, right?
Yeah.
This like, oh God, you would be so good. Like, oh, I like you too. Oh, I like you. You know, so we have this like, I think make each of the specific things to specific people, to specific ones. Don't feel like it has to be like a ballad, like to sort of like a general sense of what's out there. I think when you talk to the audience, really talk to like a specific audience member and then another specific audience member. You know, I think it's, because that's what you're doing with the other stuff, with the tree and the bird and the sun. So I think it keeps it more fun. Great. So that's what I want to focus on this time. This time through, really let like each line, each acting beat be to a specific something.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
so those other ones that were a little more nebulous before, try this Prince Charming thing.
Okay.
Maybe it'll work. Cool. Okay, so here are the birds. Here are the birds. The sun with the two-parter thing. And try to direct the rest of it when you're not talking to something to these like invisible Prince Charming guys out here.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Awesome. Love it.
Good morning, birds, good morning, trees. Oh, what a lovely day. The sun's so big, it hurts my eyes.
Great.
But really, that's okay. A brand new day with things to do. So many plans to make. I've had 6 cups of coffee, so I'm really wide awake. I've always been a morning person, a morning girl. Hooray! Good morning, dear. Say, have you heard? Today's my wedding day. I haven't met my husband yet, but I'm hopeful anyway. I've always been a morning person, a morning girl. Hooray!
Great. Good. How did that feel?
Good.
Yeah, at the end.
I was going to sing the whole song at first, just a split
know.
second. I was like, no.
At the end, you were like, who am I singing to? It was great. That was great. It feels so much more specific when you're locking with a physical focal point of someone or something that you're talking to. It's like so much more fun to watch, and it's easier for me to understand what you're saying because it feels like you're like really talking to someone. Great. Good. Okay, awesome. Cool. Let's layer on like one more thing that I think would be fun to play with. Also, so we have like a better contrast to the rest of them. So your other songs are very like romantic, right? And this is romantic, but I think in a really different way, right? In like a fun, quirky kind of way. Okay, let's do this. Come here. This is fun. write down, oh, I took 2 pieces. So write down whatever you want.
I can write. I can write. I can write.
I can do it. Okay.
I can write.
Write down the title of your song or the character who sings it, whatever way you have. Let's do the 4th one too because I like that song. Write down the 4 characters and write down like 5 adjectives that describe them.
Okay.
And you can't reuse any of them.
I do not know. I can't remember their names.
That's okay.
I'm stupid.
That's okay. Just write down the titles of the songs.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah. That's
I
fine.
can do that.
And really think about how the characters are different from each other in terms of personality and what they want. I think that would be, I think that's where we're gonna make this go. Great.
What time is it?
It is 11:35.
Oh, wow. It's my response. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so think about their the circumstances they're in. Things they like to do, or how they communicate feelings. Yeah, this is hard, right?
No, what, 5 for each one?
Yeah, ish. Maybe like do like a few for the other ones
Okay,
and then
yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
That's sometimes easier too. Do like one for each.
Yeah, I can do that.
And then
This is the hardest thing I've ever done. I went to the Boston Conservatory for 2 weeks. Broken toe.
hard, right? Okay, good. So I'm gonna let you keep doing this.
Think of
No, I know, it's great. I'm gonna let you keep doing it as homework and think about it before the next time that we
Okay.
meet. But yeah, great. Hopeful. Yeah, or maybe like inexperienced, maybe.
That's better.
Yeah, because she's actually sort of jaded too, isn't she?
Mhm.
She's like really hopeful, but at the same time she's kind of jaded because she's like, oh, no one's gonna fall in love with me. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Don't worry about it, you know. Or like, Starbuck, you're crazy, you know. Yeah, but she is really, inexperienced. I can be happy with you. Agreeable, yeah, that's great. She's agreeable. She's she's flirtatious or playful. That's probably better.
Hateful.
Playful. Great. So then Moonfall.
I can't. Oh.
Yeah, it's hard. Moonfall. I think she's desperate. I think she's kind of desperate for his attention and his love. She's passionate, right? She's also. It's very like sensuous, right? She's talking about like how the things feel. Like she's like obsessed with how everything feels and looks. Yeah. So then morning person. Oh, childlike. That's great. Yeah. Yeah. She's kind of naive, like in a good way.
Yeah.
Like the way that like a child is naive. She's blunt. Yeah. She's really direct. She's really direct.
That's the word.
Yeah, she's really direct, and she's really that's such a like not specific word. Let me think of a better way to say it. She's I think she's really okay. So when someone is alone, right, and they don't have any sort of connection or awareness of what other people are like. You don't have something to relate to, right? So there is no like I-you relationship. It's only like me. So the you relationship she has in like all these books or whatever, or the world aside. I think she's really individual. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the sense that like, I was gonna say quirky, but quirky's kind of like non-specific. But she's really individual, and she's really like, I think she's just really happy with like herself. Like she's really proud of how she is, because she doesn't have anything to compare it to. So she's like, I'm great. And I think this could be a choice, but I think in comparison to the other characters, on a scale of like totally girly and crazy femininity to the opposite of that, I feel like she is the least like overtly or stereotypically feminine, right? I think like she has like kind of like a fun playfulness to her, like in a different way. But the other ones are love songs, right? In this, in the way that it's like very romantic and kind of like passionate, or like very like playful and flirtatious. And this one's, I think she's really like, yeah, like I'm here. So I think we can also add, yeah, just a level of that to this. Like I think more of a sense of like, I don't know what it is. Yeah, like just like groundedness, you know? She's like really like, she's like happy to be there, but in a way that like she hasn't learned through, you know, magazines and television, or even, you know, being around other women, that there's like a certain way that she's supposed to act as a princess, right? Because she doesn't know what that is really. She knows because she's read the books, but she doesn't have like a self-awareness. So I think she can be more like, yeah, so excited, like in a way that's more like fun and quirky. Does that make any sense?
It does make sense, yeah.
So I think this time through that, so good, keep doing that, that's fun. If you come up with more than 5, that's never a bad thing either. But think about that like between the next time you think. But this time through with this one, let's just do that. Like go really far with yourself in terms of like doing different like physical things that are less that will make for a better contrast with the other pieces, is really what I'm getting at. Do you know what I mean? So like if she has her own physicality that's different from the other ones, let's play around with that this time. Cool, okay, awesome. Great. Oh, thank you. Let's use mine. The moment before was great. The little like into the song. The song was hysterical. That was great. That was good. And the coffee moment is getting